Hi guys. Well, thank you for hopping on and spending the time to just watch our stories. I feel like everybody comes to Plexus for a reason, and those reasons are important, and we stay for a reason. So I love getting to share just a little bit about my reason for coming to Plexus. I had a very dear friend named Emily come to me. Um, Back in mid I won't even say because I don't even really know, but it was a long time ago. And she asked me to join her, and I said no about, as many times as she asked, I would say no for about a year. And I remember thinking to myself, why am I saying no? Because I knew that I had health issues. I did not think that Plexus would help it. I'll be completely honest, because in my mind, I was thinking, I had been to the doctor for so many times for so many things growing up. For instance, I was in and out of Children's Hospital for every other year. I would go in for testing. There were talks of surgery. There was restricted diets, and they really just kind of threw their hands up in the air and said she must have IBS. And so I just had to deal with that for the rest of my life. Then, in my mid 30s, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and that was after going through extensive testing. Nobody thought to just check my blood and see, check my thyroid. And so after being diagnosed with that and giving medication, I thought, okay, well, this is going to solve all my problems. And it did not. And so after going to the doctor for so many years for a variety of different things, I just thought there's no way that a pink drink and plant-based supplements are going to help the issues that I had. Definitely not both of them. They're two totally different things. This is what I was thinking this whole time. So anyway, after having my fourth baby at the age of 40, I was beyond exhausted, and the thyroid meds were not helping with my exhaustion. They were not helping with my metabolism. They were not helping with my thinning hair and brittle nails. Aside from that, the IBS it seemed to just be out of control. I mean, I've restricted my diet so many times and nothing really worked. It kind of like, I guess you could say, took the edge off, but it never helped me feel good. So I thought to myself, you know what? I don't have anything to lose. If she asks me one more time, I'm going to say yes. It was right after Christmas. It was January 2018. I had a little bit of Christmas money, and lo and behold, she asked. And so I said yes. But still in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I'm going to use the money back guarantee, and I'm going to show her that this did not work for me. Because, side note, I had actually tried this before in the past and said it didn't work. But really, what the story behind that was, I had bought a bag of Slim, supposed to last you 30 days. I stretched it out 45 plus. And my body, obviously, if you're not taking it every day, it's not going to work. I wasn't consistent. And my body needed more than just the Slim. I needed some major gut help. So after I said yes, I did not pay much attention, but I did notice that it had been a couple of months, and I was sitting there making my kids lunch at nighttime one night, packing it for the next day. And we always keep this little jar of M&Ms on our countertop. And I used to just shovel that stuff in while I was packing lunches. And I looked at that and I thought, I don't know the last time I've eaten one of those. And it wasn't that sugar craving was like overwhelming for me, but it definitely, I was never one that was going to walk by a cookie and say no. I was always going to grab a few. And so I just noticed that I started paying attention more, noticed that I was not going to bed feeling like something had crawled in my stomach and died, because that's truly, truly what it felt like every single night. I would lay on my side, I would hold my stomach until I finally fell asleep. Speaking of, I was falling asleep a lot easier and actually staying asleep through the night. I was waking up in the morning. I was feeling good. And this was all with having a newborn. So to me, that was huge. I mean, I was still very much waking up in the middle of the night to feed a baby. So being able to feed him, go back to bed, wake up when he did, and feel good was pretty incredible, actually. So anyway, that was January 2018, still here, didn't get that money back guarantee, didn't need it. Actually started my entire family on the products, including that baby who, once he was old enough, started taking the vitamins and would take an entire jar every day if I let him, because he says they taste so good. It helped my youngest daughter with her eczema, and we were noticing that she was complaining at nighttime. When she was much younger, she's 13 now, but when she was much younger, we were noticing she was complaining at nighttime. She didn't want to eat her food, her dinner, and I kept thinking, she's so picky. What's happening all of a sudden? She's picky. Well, her stomach was hurting. And so the multivitamin and the probiotic not only helped her to feel better, but also, like I said, was getting rid of some eczema that she was starting to have on her stomach area. My oldest son takes it as well. My oldest daughter is the story that I really truly love because she had eczema so bad that she would scratch in the middle of the night and wake up with bloody sheets. I mean, her legs were covered in eczema. She'd had it on her face before. I mean, there wasn't a place that she didn't have it. And so we started her on the probiotic, and within less than 2 weeks, her eczema was pretty much gone, and she's never had a flare up since. And so that just speaks volumes to me about the connection that gut health has with so many of our different health issues, because like I said, everybody comes for a reason. My story is different than what Emily's is going to be, but it all goes back to gut health, and I just can't express enough how important that is.
You're so cute and I love your story. I love your story because I did not know, obviously, what you had told yourself in your mind of if Emily asks me again, I'm going to say yes. And I love that because you were always on my heart of like, I really think that she would do so well at this business because she loves people so well. And I know that she would love the products. And also, you are super healthy. You run all the time. And so I love that even as someone who's very healthy and who has eliminated a lot of things from their diet, you still saw incredible benefits. So, thank you for sharing your story. My name is Emily, and I went to college with a girl who would ask me to do plexus with her a lot, and I was not interested at all. Like, I wasn't interested in what the products were that she was talking about. I wasn't interested in the business because I care so much about relationships. I care so much about people. And I think I also am just highly skeptical as is. And so when I was seeing her and other friends of mine sharing on social media about this pink drink and these products that were helping them lose weight and helping them with their migraines or with their sciatica or with their energy or skin or whatever, it was a major eye roll for me. I really thought these people are just trying to get me to spend my money so they can make money. I am not interested at all. I also was never someone that was really good at consistency with supplements. I'd have like a little health kick and I would go to Walmart and I'd buy some whatever their vitamins are, the women's vitamins, and I would take them, for as long as I could remember, which would be like 2 days. And then I would think, oh, I don't see a difference. And then I would just kind of forget. And then I would throw away a fully like almost unopened bottle of vitamins. So I was not consistent. I was super skeptical. And we also did not have the financial means for me to put forth any type of money towards supplements for what I thought. I definitely felt like this was not a place that we could spend that money. And so I would tell her no for 4 years. She ended up sending me, without me asking, she ended up sending me some samples of the pink drink and I threw them in the trash. Like I really was so uninterested. I was just super skeptical. I saw so many people having these stories, and a lot of the stories I saw, and maybe it was just because that's what my focus was on, it was like weight. I saw a lot of people losing weight, and so I just assumed that they were laden with chemicals. And I really thought these fools are going to regret it in the future. I know better. And so after 4 years, though, of me still not getting better in my health and me still struggling with things that I just thought were totally normal, I was in my mid 30s. I was not sleeping well at night. I come from a long line of insomniacs, so I just kind of assumed that that was just part of my life. And so I didn't rest well at all at night, and I obviously would be very tired during the day. I had two toddlers at the time, so I was always so exhausted. Unlike Carrie, I did have major sugar cravings. I remember like getting huge spoonfuls of peanut butter and then pouring tons of chocolate chips into the lid of the peanut butter and just dipping the peanut butter and just devouring peanut butter and chocolate chips every single day. I was not taking care of myself, and then I was wondering why I couldn't lose weight. And so after 4 years, I finally decided to reach out to my friend that sent me those samples. And I started taking the product. She was so kind and generously sent me a full month's worth of the product. And so after a month, I reached out to her, still not totally sure if I wanted to commit to that because that was a financial commitment that I just didn't know if I was ready to make. And she was so kind and she sent me another month's worth of the product. So I had 2 months worth of free product. And I remember like kind of being maybe a little bit embarrassed. Like, I don't want anybody to know that I'm taking Plexus, but I actually am feeling good. Like, I'm feeling leaner. I'm going to the bathroom more. I'm actually feeling more energy. I'm walking past the break room with the donuts on Tuesdays and I'm not interested in them. But I didn't want people to know because I was just a little embarrassed. I didn't want to just be somebody that just jumped on the bandwagon. Well, after 2 months of being on the products, I had not lost weight yet. But like I said, I was feeling leaner. I probably had lost some inches at the time. I didn't measure, but I felt leaner. I had more energy, sleeping better, less sugar cravings, like I mentioned. Um, and I remember thinking through, like, if this is how I feel after 2 months, how am I going to feel in 6 months? How would I feel in 12 months? And I knew that there was this opportunity spinning around behind me because my friend had gotten to the top of the company and had totally changed things for her family. And with my family being in ministry and not really having extra, that was always playing in the back of my mind. But again, it was one of those things of like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do network marketing. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want my friends to feel uncomfortable around me. But there was just this like prompting in my heart of this could change everything for your family. Think of how you're feeling on these products now. Like, what if this could be a help to other people? And so, after about a month or two of really praying over this, with my husband, I went ahead and made the scary decision of like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and spend my own money and I'm going to buy the products myself and I'm going to start telling people about them because I knew it would help me get my products paid for, but I also saw what it could be for my family. Like big vision here. And so I started sharing, and then within about a couple of months, there was such a fulfillment there because I had so many friends coming to me because I was sharing my story and I was being very honest and open. And people were coming to me saying, "Hey, I want to try that. Like, I need to lose weight, or I've got some anxiety, or I've got this, or I've got that. I want to try it." And it was such a joy to me to be able to help people, and for me to be someone that people trusted with their health and for me to be able to walk through that with them and then them to come and tell me like, hey, I'm seeing this and I'm seeing this and I'm seeing this. That was so powerful. It was amazing. So after a couple of months, I started doubling what I'd been making at my part-time nonprofit ministry job. So I was able to leave my nonprofit ministry job and be home full-time with my girls, which was a huge goal of mine. And then within a year after that, we hit one of the top ranks of the company, which was like a six-figure income. And we had this access to like a Lexus program, and we got to take this luxury trip to Hawaii for 7 days, fully paid for. Like it was amazing. And then a year and a half after that, we hit the very top of the company, and it was all those benefits plus more. And so I think that the beautiful thing was that this started out for me as someone so skeptical, and it like morphed into this beautiful thing that created this like passion and this purpose in me. And now there are hundreds and thousands of people on our team that have beautiful stories, such as Carrie. And I just am so like honored to be a part of that. So thank you so much for taking the time to come and hear our stories, whether you might have some questions about like, how could this help me with my health? Or could this help me with my health? Or I'm looking for a second income stream or a third income stream. I'd love to hear a little bit more about this. Reach out to Carrie or myself, and we will figure out for you like what the best regimen would be for you because we have a wonderful like arsenal of products that help in individual ways. So we can customize a product combo for you that can help you reach your goals. And then we also can walk with you because Carrie didn't mention this, but she's at one of the top positions in the company too. She's at Senior Ruby. And so she is a phenomenal leader and she loves people so well. So she will walk with you as well. So if this is something that is just kind of stirring in your heart, reach out and we will walk with you and answer questions and cheer you on along the way. Thank you guys so much for being on, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.